Hi.
Hi.
Hi, this is Ruchi Delatori.
Hi, I'm Lalin Mausay.
I'm Hazel Planes.
I'm Laura Angel Ana Sanchez.
I'm Layan Bagyo.
What is polymers?
Polymers. Polymers are materials that consist of molecules formed by long change of repeating units. They may be natural or synthetic. Many useful engineering materials are polymers such as plastics, rubbers, fibers, adhesives, and coatings. Polymers are classified as thermoplastic polymers, thermosetting polymers, and elastomers.
There are three types of polymers. First, thermoplastic polymers. Second, thermosetting polymers. And third, elastomers polymers.
So there are three types of polymers. First, thermoplastic polymers. The classification of thermoplastics and thermosets is based on their response to heat. If heat is applied to thermoplastic, it will soften and melt. Once it is cooled, it will return to solid form. Thermoplastics do not experience any chemical change through repeated heating and cooling, unless the temperature is high enough to break the molecular bonds. Therefore, they are very well suited to injection molding.
Second type is thermosetting polymers. Thermosets are typically heated during initial processing, after which they become permanently hard. Thermosets will not melt upon reheating. If the applied heat becomes extreme, however, the thermoset will degrade due to breaking of the molecular bond. Thermosets typically have greater hardness and strength than thermoplastics. They also typically have better dimensional stability than thermoplastics, meaning that they are better at maintaining their original dimensions when subjected to temperature and moisture changes.
Thermosetting plastics. By reheating the polymer, if it turns hard, then it is called as thermosetting plastic material. At room temperature, they are available in the form as liquids. It is a non-recyclable process. Thermosetting plastic or thermoset plastics are synthetic materials that strengthen during being heated but cannot be successfully remolded or reheated after their initial heat forming, called as thermoset material. By the action of reheating, the thermoset plastic material gains strength. No change in the strength of the thermosetting plastic is done by the action of cooling. During the heating only, the thermoset material changes its shape. There are many common plastics that are thermoset, including vulcanized rubber, fiberglass, polyester resin, silicone resin, and epoxy resin.
Third type of polymers is elastomers. Elastomers are highly elastic polymers with mechanical properties similar to rubber. Elastomers are commonly used for cells, adhesive, hoses, belts, and other flexible parts. The strength and stiffness of rubber can be increased through a process called vulcanization, which involves adding sulfur and subjecting the material to high temperature and pressure. This process causes cross links to form between the polymers chains.
Example of elastomers include natural rubbers, ethylene propylene rubber, silicone elastomers, and fluoroelastomers. Elastomers are special polymers that are very elastic. They are lightly cross-linked and amorphous with a glass transition temperature well below room temperature.
What is a polymer and how a polymer is used in daily life? Polymers become the raw materials for products we use now in our everyday life, including synthetic clothing, fiberglass, plastic bags, nylon bearing, polyethylene cups, epoxy glue, silicone heart valves, Teflon-coated cookware, and our personal favorite polymers-based paint. Can we live without polymers? Either way, both natural and synthetic polymers plays a huge role in our everyday life. And as our life without polymers might actually not exist. Cells build our bodies, and cells are built of polymers. Plants are built of cellulose, which is a polymer. If polymers would suddenly disappear, life would disappear with it. Toxic. That's good. The monomers that are used to make polymers, though are often toxic, are stinky. That means that the companies that make polymers need to be very careful not to let the monomers get out before they're made into polymers. Are polymers strong? Some polymers are tough, while others are strong. When designing new materials, one often had to make trade-offs between strength and toughness. One may have to sacrifice a little strength so a product will be tougher.
I explain polymers and their classification. Polymers are molecular compounds. Those molecules have high molecular masses and are composed of a large number of repeating of identical structures, which are known as monomers. Polyethylene is an example of polymer which consists of linkage of a large number of ethene molecules. They are both naturally occurring and synthetic polymers. Polymers such as proteins, steroids, and cellulose are found in nature and are known as naturally occurring polymers. On the other hand, polymers such as plastics, which are produced commercially on a very large scale and have a wide range of properties and uses, are known as synthetic polymers. There are various parameters on the basis of which polymers are classified. Polymers can be classified on the basis of chemical structure, or on the basis of polymeric structure, or on the basis of the arrangement of monomers, or on the basis of toxicity, or on the basis of thermal behavior, or on the basis of molecular forces, or on the basis of their methods of synthesis. Let's discuss how these polymers are classified into different categories on the basis of chemical structures. Polymers are classified as homopolymer and copolymer. Homopolymer consists of identical monomers, whereas copolymer it is a mixture of more than a type of monomer on the basis of polymeric structures. Polymers are classified as linear polymers, branch polymers, are cross-linked polymers. Polymers contain short side chains that connect different polymers chains into a network on the basis of arrangement of monomers. Polymers are classified as a black polymer and graph polymers. Black polymers consist of relatively low sequences of identical monomers units, whereas graph polymers are those branch polymers whose backbone is formed from one type of monomer and branch are formed from the other type. Main chain polymers are classified as isotactic polymers, syntactic polymers, and atactic polymers. Isotactic polymers are those polymers in which the side groups of the polymers lie on the same side of change. On the other hand, if the side groups of polymers are arranged in an alternative manner, such as polymers are known as syntactic polymers, whereas if the side groups are arranged in an irregular or random manner around the main chain, such polymers are referred to as atactic polymers.
How is it done? Polymers are formed through a process of polymerization, where monomers react together to form polymer chain. Two of the types of polymerization reactions are addition polymerization and condensation polymerization. Polymerization is a process of bonding monomers or single units together to form longer chains called polymers. Addition polymerization is a type of reaction. Monomer molecules are added to a growing polymer chain, one at a time. Condensation polymers are formed by polycondensation, when the polymer is formed by condensation reactions between species of all degrees of polymerization, or by condensative chain polymerization, when the polymer is formed by sequential addition of monomers to an active site of a chain reaction. Polymerization is done using a variety of combination of pressure and heat, as well as catalysts. Each one of these applied in various ways to the monomers creates changes to the chemical bonds that keep monomers linking to each other. Most often, the application of these components will cause the monomers to link to each other in a linear way.
In summary, from the word polymers, poly means many and mers means units or numbers. It is a molecule made from many repeat units. As we look in nature, many polymer materials are found. In fact, the basic molecular structure of all plants and animals' life is similar to that of a synthetic polymer. While the natural polymer includes materials such as silk, rubber, and cellulose, some of it are hard and tough, like epoxies and glass. While the natural polymer includes materials such as silk, rubber, and cellulose, some of it are hard and tough, like epoxies and glass. Some types of molecule correlate in being bonded and how they bonded, depending on the unique materials being used. Polymers have a wide range of products that is manufactured around the world. Most common found in household things, in clothing, and toys. They are also found construction site in the materials being used and installations. Because of its repeating chains, it forms a chemical compound that bonds molecule for a long time, creating both man-made and naturally occurring polymers that can be tailored for different uses. Due to the device bond of its properties, it can support complete resulting materials. It has purposeful segment that adopts correlation of characteristics.
Hopefully guys, you are understand what we discussed earlier about our topic, which is polymers. That's it. Thank you and God bless to all.